Okay, so we've got Aquarius, Leo, Taurus and Scorpio, we said, didn't we? So we'll turn those back over for now and we'll focus on Aquarius. So, Angel of Night. Interesting, we're talking about the moon in the hair of the Princess Leia. And Three of Wands. That's interesting. So that's your Sun in Aries. That's what we were given for this season. Sitiel, the god of hope, which is perfect. Aquarius is the energies, the healing energies of hope. And we were talking about Ophiuchus being the serpent bearer, and that's why for us Ophiuchus is the bearer, the holder of the Kundalini energy, and the Kundalini energy has to rise up and around and through and in and out and back down and round, etc., through all the chakra energies. And then Ophiuchus is able to gather it all up and bring it together. And Ophiuchus is the great healer, and he sits above Scorpio's heart in the star constellation in the sky. And to the bottom left is Sagittarius, and to the bottom right is Libra. And so this is construction of the universe, help with great works, and protection from adversaries. So we're going to get the other cards out there. So Aquarius is the humanitarian, the water bearer, the carrier of emotions, sometimes perceived as cold, but really Aquarius is just able to, their natural gifts are to carry the water, carry the emotions, and know when to be able to compartmentalize, like in a natural disaster, to put the emotions to the side when needed, but at the same time know that they need to be visited at some future date and explored. Otherwise it will be unresolved energies that will fester and stagnate in the body, causing more harm in the long run. Angel of the Night. Aquarius is the star, and they radiate at night in the dark best. You can see their shine glorious at night time in the dark. We're thinking of Venus at the moment for some reason. Oh, Venus is actually going retrograde mid-July as well. And she is the star, the daytime star and the nighttime star. And the time, there's a certain amount of time when she's actually unseen. And that's when she's shifting from the night to the day, the night to the morning. So what have we got for Aquarius here? It's probably a few too many cards if we're going to attempt to get through all the signs and quickly. We've got the King of Cups. We were just talking about the bearer of emotions. The kings are the masculine energies that are very good at being able to know when to express or not express the emotions. The queens express the emotions, but the kings will have to express them at some time. But the kings are able. It's the masculine energy holder of the emotions. The kings, we're feeling now, the king's energy is able to have the water and have the water be able to sit there without it stagnate. And that's connecting us into our shungite now, because we purify our water with shungite crystals, and that is water sitting there and getting purified because the shungite absorbs the energies. We've got the Queen of Wands, the fire. There's normally a black cat in this image. The girl is pretty close to the fire and almost looking like she wants to go touch it. And it looks like the redhead. Actually, they could be about the same age. She looks sad. We were going to say daughter and mum, but they look about the same age. But she's pulling her hand away from the fire. And we've got a couple of memories coming into play now. One in New Zealand when we were camping next to a lake, and some guys that were on acid came in, and one of them wanted to roll through the fire and almost did so. It was pretty kind of, yeah, mixed emotions at the time, and times when we've been sitting too close to the fire with our feet and melted our shoes. So fire can be really inviting and really warm and mesmerizing, but it needs respect, just like water needs respect. The ocean is consciousness. We are, rather than like a drop in the ocean, it's an ocean in the drop. We are the journey of involution to co-consciousness. When we have the balance of hot and cold, of the water element and the fire element, we have the regulation of the thermostat in the body. So autonomic nervous system regulation. You might have heard of Wim Hof and the Wim Hof breath. And we've also got the Knight of Wands. Now the Knight bring messages and guides and signs, and like movement, and it's in fire again, so there is actually movement of the fire energies. And she's got lots of candles here, so maybe doing some candle magic, or some where you meditation, staring into the flame of a candle while you're humming, while you're buzzing, or you may want to put a conscious intentional thought to it. Or even some fire magic where you want to, because we were talking about childhood memories, there may be memories that you have noticed, or you may want to draw, coming to the surface, you may want to write them down on paper, and burn them under this coming full moon, because we've got the full moon on Monday, the Capricorn full moon. The Capricorn is the cardinal energies, and Capricorn, Libra, Aries, Cancer is the global axes. So it's related to governmental economics, all the government systems and everything. And we've got the Three of Wands. So is a very influential number. Three of Wands, that's 3 times. We've got the Three of Wands here, we've got the Three of Wands there that we discussed. Sun in Aries. Now the sun in Aries is actually April, end of March, start of April time. But we have, we were just saying that the Capricorn Cancer, Aries Libra is the global axes. We've got the Capricorn full moon coming up. Capricorn is what comes before, 90 degrees before, 3 signs before Aries. And we have the nodal shift. So not only have we got Venus retrograde, going retrograde in mid-July sometime, we're currently in Pluto retrograde, and that was the start of May. And we're in Saturn retrograde, which was, I think, the start of June or mid-June. Could have been mid-June, maybe mid-June. And so we've gone Neptune retrograde today. So we're getting a lot of the planets going into retrograde, which is all about introspection. It's all about going inwards. And so even more so important that we keep ourselves anchored to something external. So for instance, we're talking about the ocean being symbolic of consciousness. If one has ever been surfing, if one hasn't, it doesn't matter, because we're about to explain to you, you get lots of undercurrents, lots of toes. And if you're just sitting in the water on the board waiting for the waves to come in, you can get taken all over the place, and before you know it, you're like if you're on like a 3 mile long beach or longer, where you started, you could be a mile or 2 miles away from that. But if you make an eye line sight where you're here, you've got the coast, you anchor yourself into something on the coast so that you can kind of keep an eye where that is and keep paddling so that you don't drift off. Otherwise, you could get carried out into sea in a riptide current. And that's where we need to be careful when we navigate the complex minds through certain traumas, because they can have strong currents, they can have strong riptides. And anchoring ourselves into our heart. But if we don't know how to do that, or we're not very connected to our heart, anchoring ourselves into practices that keep our eyes open. So we said earlier, you may want to close your eyes to go into your subjective reality. If times are getting tough, stare at a candle flame, maybe look into researching sun gazing and doing a bit of sunrise or sunset sun gazing. Look out the window at the rain on leaves, because I know for us, when things align, it looks like the rain is piano, someone's fingers playing a piano. The leaves are the piano, the rain are the fingers. And if you actually can hear the rain, like you live in a caravan or you've got a skylight or something, you can really, it's a most amazing feeling when your sensory systems align, that the rhythm that you're hearing aligns with the rhythm that you're seeing. Music, we've been taken to Ren. Ren is a really big at the moment, trending really big, all about mental health, and we don't have words to say it, but he will take you to some places while keeping you anchored in the external reality, but will take you deep, and there will be cathartic emotional releases. Knight of Swords. So we've got two knights here. We've got the fire and the air. So do pay attention, because air fuels fire. So there's going to be some fast waves happening at the moment. And when those waves are fast, ride them, enjoy them if you can. Prepare for them. So take some downtime, relax, so that when the energy does build up, you can ride that wave, but know how to slow yourself down as well. So for instance, when you're on a surfboard, you pump the board with your back leg when you're on a surfboard to make it go faster. Snowboarding is the opposite. When you're going downhill on the snowboard, if you go and put your weight onto your front leg, you go faster. So it's about fun. And when it's interesting, we talk about front leg and back leg. So if you were kind of natural and if you're natural footed, your right leg's your back leg. And this, in the Angelarium, your right leg and your left leg actually refer to paths on the Kabbalah tree. And she's journaling and writing, and we did just say about maybe writing down memories or drawing a picture or just automatic writing. But for us, we don't really like writing as such because of our wrists and our pain. So we tend to do some audio messages sometimes. So you might even wish to do an audio speech to text into your computer or into your phone, and then you could print it off. Or if you don't have a printer and you do have issues like that, you can do a whole visual work of it. So you can do an audio message and then stare at your candle flame and just imagine that those words are going from your audio message onto paper, and then that paper has been burnt in the candle. Now you're not doing the physical experience. No, you're not doing the physical experience. But we were just saying earlier the importance of how it's more about the subtle energetics and less is more. So if one is able to do that visualization, which doesn't have to be visual images, because we struggle with visual images. We don't have visual images, we're dark inside, but we can think through the thought process that it would take to write on paper or to talk into the dictaphone on the computer and then to print it off and then to light a fire or a candle and put the paper in on it. So if you can do that whole process and hold that focused awareness and attention, then there will be some really powerful releases through the subtle energetic portals and gateways, bringing you to number 10, bringing you into turning that massive wheel with your baby finger. That's the ease of it, getting massive changes with gentle, so maximum output, most ease. It's maximum output, minimum effort. We don't like that terminology, because when we're dealing with trauma, when we're dealing with manifestation and the law of attraction, if only certain words come in, great, maximum abundance, that's great. Output, great, because that's tangible, that's going out, you're going to be abundant in your output. But if you get the word minimum coming in or you get the word effort coming in, it's not really going to give you want to go on. But maximum output, most ease, all of those words are positive connotation, and words are spells at the end of the day, and the first of the 4 agreements is being impeccable with one's word. So there's the Aquarius energies. I think that's gone really lovely. It's not that one we want a Liffruma now one to sum that up. Tito Pomomo. Are we putting all the cards back in apart from the Liffruma? Or are all the cards staying out? Titomo. All back in. Okay, but Liffruma stays out. Yeah. Okay. So we have Eromagin, thy earthly power. So we are talking about law of manifestation. We're talking about getting physical, tangible experiences. We're talking about bringing the expansive, higher vibrational frequency energy down through the chakras into the physical, tangible, seen reality. And that is earthly power. It's using the imagination, and it's using the imagination, creating from the imagination and bringing that creation to life. And it's number 60, and we are going to just read it quickly. We also don't believe in protection, because we believe protection is coming from a place of fear, but you can how do we word this? But when one is dancing with the energies from a place of love, because they're anchored in their heart, and be careful about pushing up a mirrored bubble. We push up a mirrored bubble to start with, but that means that stuff can get mirrored back. We just consciously will put up sometimes if we feel the need to. We don't anymore because we've been doing it for so long. The highest of high vibrational orb, bubble, globe, sphere around you, around you, because it's not about the lower it's the lower unserving vibrations and frequencies, because you can get lower vibrations that are healthy. Not all lower vibrations are negative and bad or anything. You've got the whole spectrum within, and you have the polarity, the positive and the negative. And it's not that one's positive and one's negative. It just depends on the person. What's beneficial to one's person might not be beneficial to another person. And so when we have our energetics and we put this highest of high vibrational frequency bubble around ourselves, anything that's unserving won't be able to come in, because as soon as it comes in, it's a really fast vibration. It's a really fast high vibration, and it will just shatter. It will discombobulate the lower unserving frequencies. And that's why we love really low frequencies high up in the sky, like helicopters or even lawnmowers and the rest of it, because all of that are low sounding vibrations and acoustics coming in, helping the sensory systems of the body to ground in the energies, to ground in the messages, which we see at the end of the day all as being like really, really beneficial. It's a shame we didn't show you, actually, we've got a grounding mat on the floor which our feet are on, and we've got a pillowcase and a bed thing. Not that we've been sleeping in the bed for a while again, but we thought we'd give it a go because we experience a lot of chaos after these lives. So it'll be really interesting to see what we experience after this one. So this is just great because we are shifting from the age of Aquarius from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. We're shifting from the water energetics into the air energetics, but specifically into the water bearer air energetics. But it is faster, and for people that aren't used to those faster vibrations, it can be challenging to navigate. And so when stuff starts speeding up and getting faster, then slow down and just feel and observe and witness. Earth power, personal power, thy power, thine alone, carved in stone before birth, in that other place, sizzle of the cosmic gift that awaits, birthing through you, by you, for you. Esoteric secrets of the full moon eclipse, where worry and ruin are dissolved by the light of being seeded in the earth magus. Oldest sacral cycle completed, shadows burnished, soul refurnished. Thank you, my lovelies. My little ones were getting so excited then, because we have just completed our chakra journey that we were talking about. Is actually orange. We've just finished. We've got the meditation to do, which is today. Friday's the meditation. We haven't done that, but we have. Once we've done today's meditation, along with last week Friday's meditation, then we will have finished the orange chakra, the sacral chakra, and that just said about sacral chakra completion. So if your energies are resonating with ours and you've come to this, Everyone has Aquarius in their body, their calves and their ankles, in their charts. The collective chart of number 11, the master number of service. So there is a level of emotional maturity, of inner child growth, of, how do we call it, what we used to call the stunted generational consciousness growing up. So yeah, that we're just over the moon with that one. It's number 60. 6 is the bridge that we were saying of the Tesla code, from the unseen into the seen. So if you've had any creations, any ideas, any projects, or there's anything that you've just been doing where the ideas have been there, then and you haven't been seeing any tangible results yet, then we've got a feeling you may be starting to see some tangible results. And we've got the High Priestess, which looks like 11 in Roman numerals. Tito Pomomono! That 3 of Wand card really wants to come out lots, doesn't it? So we've got 2 more. So 2 more, or we'll choose 2. We'll choose 2. So now we are on to Leo, the opposite of Aquarius, because that pulls the tension and slack in. So